When preparing to build your app, you need to consider which type of app you'd like to build. There are three types. Native apps. Native apps are programs that are developed for a specific mobile operating system, like Apple's iOS or Google Android. They are built using the device's native development language, like for Apple, it's Objective-C, and for Android, it's Java, C++, or Python. Hybrid apps are part native apps and part open web apps. The hybrid app uses the native OS code for installation management and accessing device functionality, while the primary user experience occurs through an internet browser within the application and is developed in HTML5 leveraging CSS3 and JavaScript. Open web apps. Earlier this year, both Mozilla and Google launched browser-based mobile devices, meaning that there is no operating system on the device. The browser, such as Firefox or Chrome, act as the operating system. For these devices, you'll be building what is called an open web app in HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript. There are pros and cons for using each of the different kinds of apps: native apps, hybrid apps, and open web apps. On the native app side, the pro is you have persistent screen real estate. There's an icon sitting on the screen of the phone. You can integrate push notifications. Your app will have access to the device's capabilities, such as the camera, libraries, microphone, address book, etc. You'll have native performance, so the app will be able to perform to the speeds of the device. You can make in-app purchases, include in-app ads, and promotions through the app. Moreover, you can have offline interactions with the app. Some apps, if you develop them, they can have a local database, so they don't need to be connected to still function. The challenge to native apps, however, is that they're invisible to search engines, they're relatively expensive to develop and maintain, and there's a ton of platform fragmentation. What that means is there's tons of devices out there, different versions of the operating system, and depending on your strategy, you may need to build for all of them. Finally, depending on the operating system you're leveraging, you may be required to get approval from the App Store to be able to deliver it. On hybrid apps, the pros are it's cross-platform. It works across all of the different devices. It's relatively fast and inexpensive to develop. It can be discovered by search engines. You can integrate m-commerce. It can have a persistent screen real estate, and it can have in-app ads. The cons are there are no offline interactions. It's a web-based application, so it requires the internet connection. There's no to limited device access, such as the app may not be able to access the camera, the libraries, the mic, or any of the other functionality or other applications on the device. There's no to limited store app distribution. The majority of app stores don't enable the delivering of hybrid apps. And there's a lot of browser fragmentation. Not every browser will support a hybrid app. On the open web app side, this is a really new concept. It's essentially the web app. So you're going to have the same benefits: cross-platform reach, relatively fast and inexpensive development, search engines discoverability, the integration of m-commerce. However, you may not have push. You will have mobile webs. But after that, we're not really sure, because this has only been around for a handful of months in the mobile context, so it's unclear as to where this is going to go in the marketplace.